It wouldn't matter the ethnicity, like not just in the South Asian community. I mean, first bisexual woman of color to host a late night show.
Is that so? I've never heard that before.
Never. One time in your life. Maybe every title, every time I Google.
Just every headline ever that ever existed, yeah.
Do you lean into that? Is that a big thing?
See, I'm gonna have to uncross my legs now because we're getting into conversation here.
I know we are.
Here's the thing about this. Okay, let me.
It even moves the mug. Okay, here we go.
Adjustment of the mug. That's when you know a conversation is starting.
Yeah, or when someone says your name.
Yes.
Look, Rajiv.
Yes, Rajiv. Let me explain. Let me talk to you about this. Okay, when the late night show came out, I was split in half. One half of me was like, I see how historic this is, and I see the importance that someone who never saw someone like this could see themselves. Whether it's another brown kid, another person, trying to figure out their sexuality, you see something like that and it becomes normal. It normalizes it and you think, oh, this is being celebrated, this is cool. I love that. The hard part is when that's all you become. So to a lot of these articles, like my name wouldn't be mentioned for a very long time. I would just constantly be bisexual woman of color. Hey, bisexual woman of color, Mrs. Bisexual woman of color. It's like my name.
Or Ms.
Third paragraph. Yeah, my name was like third, fourth paragraph down, and that's when it becomes a little bit tough because you see these intimate parts of yourself trending online, and it's a weird feeling. Right. On top of that, and this is the real of it. A lot of people get mad at me for that sentence.
I know they do.
Yeah, a lot of people come up to me and say, we get it, you're a bisexual woman of color, and I'm like...
They come up to you and say that?
Online, obviously.
Okay, no, but I don't know, like has anyone come, is it, because that's the thing with the
internet,
right?
Very few people come up to me and say anything in person.
Is that true? Like, do you get approached much?
I can say this, I have over 2 billion views on YouTube. Yeah. I have lots of comments, not even once in my real life has someone approached me and said something bad to me.
Wow.
Not even once. Not even once has someone approached me saying, I don't think you're funny, I think you're ugly, or any of those types of comments you would see, not even once. It might be like hey, like this one video did like, I don't know, I kind of like disagreed. Like there might be like a little bit of a conversation.
Okay.
Like a normal human being.
But
never was, those ruthless comments online? I always have to keep that in my mind because not once has someone said that to me in real life.
My interest has always been piqued around gender issues in general. I've always found them really fascinating, what people are not able to do, what they are able to do, all of that stuff, how hard it is to be, and it's getting more and more difficult to have these conversations, I think. And where if you say anything, people feel like, oh gosh, that could be taken the wrong way. Do you feel like that is true? Has it gotten harder to discuss this stuff?
Absolutely. And I do
online or IRL, anywhere?
No, online. When I say things are tough to talk about these issues or comments, it's always online. I do feel like in real life, people are wonderful.
Yeah.
Online, they can be wonderful too, but in real life, I'll tell you what, during the Black Lives Matter protests, I learned a very valuable lesson that year because I remember being online and like a lot of people were kind of being like, oh, online's a lot for me right now. There's a lot of hostility, a lot of people arguing, there's a lot of misinformation, you mix COVID with the protests, all this stuff, and it was becoming a lot, so I just put my phone away, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to a protest in real life.
Wow.
And I went to a protest in real life, and it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. People that were all standing for a common cause.
Right.
Educating each other through conversation, being patient with each other, standing next to someone they otherwise would not see eye to eye on and standing for this common cause. And I remember thinking in that moment, social media is just not real life. It's truly not. All the discussions that happen on there are important and valid, but they're not conversations. They're just opinions and statements. Because a conversation is that I'm listening, I'm learning, I'm receiving, that's a conversation, right? The issue with online is that you're incentivized to take things out of context, you're incentivized to trend, and you're incentivized to have an opinion that's loud, even if it's misinformed.
The most outrageous one. It'll get bumped up to the top.
100%.
It'll get amplified. And people are. That's why things have gone so. It's part of the reason why.
So I don't think the conversations. I don't want anyone listening to think, oh, social media doesn't play an important role in conversations. No, I've learned so much in social media. I think it's such a powerful tool. But for as long as people are incentivized to tear people down because it elevates themselves through numbers and through followers and all that stuff, it's never going to be a place where genuine conversation can happen.
True. So where does that happen?
Right here.
Right here.
On your podcast.
That's what's
right here in this room.
That's what I was hoping for.
Because if you correct me and teach me something, I can actually hear it and understand, and it's not like you're attacking me. It's not like someone over there is inserting themselves in this conversation, saying something. We're actually learning, and we can we can vibe. I've also had many instances where people I follow have said things online, and I'm not the one that will ever argue with someone online or like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
same.
you do your online. But if I see them in person again, and I might ask them about that, like, hey, so like I saw you post this, like, really interesting, tell me about that. More often than not, that person goes, nah, man, that's just for the internet.
Oh no.
And I'm like, that's another issue. Here's an example. I've had many friends who have acted very frustrated about lockdown or about the vaccines or about any mandates, have complained about it all over social media. These are against my rights, I don't trust this, I don't do this. They never responded, to each their own. Saw them in person the next time, at an event you had to be vaccinated to get into. And I was like, oh, so no man, I'm fully vaxxed. And it's like,
I know. It's like all of Fox News.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
like, so you have this outrageous persona with a lot of opinions online that's garnering you a lot of buzz, but like, you don't live this up. That's the internet.
For the longest time, I've always wondered: is it worse to not know, or is it or to know and not do? Like if you don't know something, you're just ignorant, not willfully ignorant, but ignorant. Or then it's like, no, but that illustrates why it's so much worse to know and not do.
Yes.
Because you know effing better.
Yes.
And you are monetizing whatever you're doing.
Correct.
That's so wrong.
Yeah. Hashtag Twitter.
Now, do you love killing or hate bombing? Which one's stronger? Like some people love winning, but they actually hate losing more.
I don't mind losing. I love killing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think anytime
like if
I've
I bomb,
done,
I bomb, but I
yeah,
love
every
killing.
time I've done really poorly in something, truly, and I'm not just saying this because it's a cliche quote,
Yeah.
I've always learned something. How
Okay.
to do it different the next time, how to prep better next time, what to expect next time. Like the first audition I ever did in LA when I moved here, it was like 2 days after I moved here. I'll never forget, I went to the audition, it was very strange. My first audition, they didn't send me any of the lines.
Oh.
I walked in
sides.
there, no sides, no movie title, nothing. They just said, you have to come here and we'll tell you everything. First audition,
sounds
moving front,
shady,
yeah.
I know,
I
right?
go there, they made me sign an NDA. They gave me a sign for a major franchise, which deserved the NDA.
Sure.
But they gave me pages and pages of lines right then and there and said, all right, so you'll be up in 30. And I was like, what? All these character names I'd never heard of before, all these this terminology I've never heard of before.
Jargon.
I did it. I didn't do it that well. I didn't do it horrible, but the next time I had an audition, I knew what to expect at least. You know,
Right.
I knew how to prepare. I knew which muscles I needed to exercise. And so I always say every fail I've had, truly, you know, the only reason I got my late night show is because an NBC pilot I did with Kenya Barris didn't go. And that's how NBC discovered me, because I was in an ensemble cast, and I rated very high for them in the tests. That's the only reason they discovered me for the late night show.
Wow.
So that failure literally led to
Led
me
to a
getting the
major
show.
success.